Alright, what's good, what's good? As y'all can see, I got my 3D glasses on, and that's because I just got back from watching Exodus, Gods and Kings in 3D. Yeah, man. There you go. 3D, I don't know why I watch in 3D, but, I did it. So, anyway, yeah, man, here's my review for Exodus, Gods and Kings. I just want to start off by saying, there's spoilers. Of course, if you ain't seen it, I'm going to spoil it. So go watch it first. If you don't know the Moses story, then I guess definitely go watch it. But if you already know Moses' story, you kind of know where it's going. I mean, it doesn't really deviate from the Moses mythology. So definitely watch it from that. Put it like this, man. I would say I think I paid $5.94, which was a very awkward price to pay for a movie. I mean, I didn't get that, but I paid $5.94, and I feel like I paid maybe $4 too much. I mean, seriously, it's like, I mean, have you ever had a feeling like a movie was gonna be bad right when you heard about it being made? Like right when you heard about, hey, we're making a remake of Moses, you're like, oh, that's gonna be bad. Like, why you gonna mess with a classic? I mean, Charlton Heston did it and it was done. And then you hear who they cast for, you'd be like, Christian Bale, be like, oh, Christian Bale, he might save it. I like Christian Bale, like he might save the movie, but then you're like, why the hell is Christian Bale playing Moses? And then you get to the first commercial, like over the summer, you see the trailer for it, and you're like, you just know it's gonna be bad just based off the trailer alone. You're like, oh, okay, that's what they're doing. And I walked into the movie, I guess, just feeling like, no, this movie ain't gonna be good. It's gonna be worse than Noah, and I was hoping for it to be better than Noah, but man, I got into that thing, and man, right when it came on, just bad vibes all around. I mean, just the way the movie came on, it was just like, oh, we in for a long one. And I actually saw that it was gonna be 2 hours and 22 minutes prior to me going, and I'm like, man, I should eat something before I go, but I'm like, nah, let me just go, because the movie's starting. I gotta hurry up and get up there. So yeah, with that said, let me just go ahead and give it a rating. We go from the F- to the A+ scale, and I would put Moses, man, I'd probably give it a generous D+. And I hate it because I love Christian Bale. I love the director. I love Ridley Scott. I love Gladiator and stuff. But man, I don't know what I just watched. Let's just talk. All right, let's break it down like this. We're gonna talk about, I guess, the cast, the story, the movie, and the overall directing of it. And let me just start with the cast. To cast Christian Bale as Moses, I really feel like was a waste of his time. He doesn't make any bad movies, but that was a waste of his time. He doesn't even look like a Moses. I don't get no Moses vibe from him when I watch him in anything else. To come off of Batman and American Hustle and stuff, whatever, and Moses, it just didn't make any sense. And that's not even the worst casting decision they made, but I was like, why is Christian Bale playing Moses? And as you watch the previews, you see Christian Bale, like, no, not gray hair Moses ever. It's like he's just nothing but young Moses. And I'm like, that don't even make no sense. But anyway, that was the first odd choice. And then the guy who they had playing the Pharaoh, I don't know who that was. I don't know what that was. I mean, the acting by that dude was just so nonchalant. I mean, I'm gonna get into the story of it later, but like, even when the plagues were happening, I mean, dude was just like, whatever with it. Like, I mean, he's like, whatever, plague, whatever. I mean, I felt no sense of nothing. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I had no sense of letting my people go, no struggle, no, I'm gonna get away from this dude. It's just like, this dude's just there, you know what I'm saying? And he's supposed to be the main, I guess bad guy, as you could say, or just the main antagonist, and I mean, it was just totally off, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the other casting, they had I think his name is what, John Turturro or something like that, the guy who was in I think it was in Transformers. He played the FBI agent in Transformers, the funny guy. He played the Pharaoh's dad. That was just very awkward. And I think they had a little kid play God. Yeah, you heard me right. They had a little kid play God. there was a burning bush, but mainly it was just a little kid that Moses was seeing. And it's so funny because even Moses' wife asked him, you know, who are you talking to? It was just a little kid. I mean, how could you, a little kid's not God. And Moses like, well, how do you know what he looks like? And I'm like, if you're dreaming him or picturing him, why are you picturing a little 8-year-old kid as God? But anyway, my biggest plight with the movie itself, was pacing. The fact that they're already telling a story that's been told, it was just like they're retelling the same type of story that you've already seen that was done better back in the, whenever that was made. Was that the 60s, 70s or something? I don't even know, but back when Charlton Heston did it was better back then. And to see it now, it's like, of course the story of Moses is about, 400 years of slavery. Him going up to a mountain, talking to God, wanting to free his people, his Hebrew people. That he couldn't do by himself. Of course, he needed the help of God. And like I said, it was done much better last time. And this time they had the plagues kick off. And it's funny because Moses actually goes in to fight a war, which I guess he loses. He actually tries to actually physically free his people, which it doesn't go well. So then he goes back, and then the plagues start. And what's crazy about the plagues is that didn't nobody tell nobody about the plagues coming. It just start happening. Like Pharaoh don't even know who's causing the plagues. He just thinks that, it starts with alligators. The river of blood, it's not just, God, Moses putting his staff in the river of blood, in the water and turning the river into blood. It was a bunch of crocodiles that started to eat the Egyptians, the Pharaoh's men. And then after they start eating Pharaoh's men, they started to eat each other. And the little kid, God, was telling Moses, watch. He said, watch me work. Watch me work. And I'm like, okay. So we're watching the alligators eat each other. The river turns to blood. And then from the from the river come the frogs, which a bunch of frogs, I guess they don't want to be in the water. They get out the river. They start, jumping all over Memphis. And it was good to look at, but I was like, why, no one knows what's going on. Like, why are these frogs here? And then the frogs die, and then the fleas come, and it's like a plague of fleas, I guess. And then after the fleas come, I think there's like skin rash or skin palpitation, something going on with people's skin. That comes, and then the animals, livestock start dying, and then it's not until the livestock start dying that like Moses sends in a cow that says, with blood written in blood on the cows or the bull's side, or horse. I think it was a horse or a cow or something, but it was a white animal that it was written in blood that these plagues will continue if you don't let my people go, or something like that. And I'm like, you waited till like plague number 5 till you started telling people, oh, by the way, this is me doing this, if you didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Now you better make some kind of action. And I think the very next plague was the livestock start dying, and then Pharaoh, I think it was hail. Oh yeah, the hail came. The hail came. It's like a regular hail day to me. That wasn't even a plague. That was just a bad weather day. And then finally the firstborn son started dying, and it was at that point right there where I said, man, this movie has to be comedy, because Pharaoh's son died, his baby. And the old Charlton Heston movie was great because the kid was older, and you felt a little more like, damn, he lost his sin. Like, he actually got a chance to like really grow with the kid, like really like see his son be like 12 years old and lose him. That like hurts. This one, he had his like 4-month-old baby that didn't make it, and he took the baby Pharaoh took the baby to his wife, like, look at my baby that just died. And you can just tell it was a rubber baby. So he's like, look at this rubber baby. The rubber baby just died. And that right there just had me like, and that's pretty much right there. I just, and I didn't want to like disturb nobody around me because they were all into it, I guess, man. But man, it's just so crazy. So man, by that time I'm like, man, man, I'm hungry. What's going on? And it's funny because Moses still trying to free his people, and I just know the big scene's coming where he gets to part the Red Sea. or yeah, part the Red Sea, which like in the old movie, you're just like, oh my God, like it's beautiful, and Pharaoh's gonna be in there, and that was that's the money shot on the commercial. So you're like, oh, but it's crazy because he gets to the Red Sea, and there is no Red Sea. It's just empty. The Red Sea is not there. So he just has his people cross the Red Sea, and Pharaoh and his people start coming. They're ready to catch up. They want to kill them all. Kill off. However many there is. Kill off 40,000 of them, I guess, whatever. Kill everyone. And as Pharaoh gets in the water, or in the, not saying the water, but he gets in the embankment of where the sea is supposed to be, Moses is like, let's turn around. Let's go. All the soldiers, y'all come. Let's go fight. All the other passengers, all the other slaves, y'all keep going. So Moses get all his fighters. Pharaoh has all his fighters. They all running towards the middle, and out of nowhere, Moses didn't call it on. He didn't know what's going on. Like God is betraying him or something. Like God said, I'm gonna just make my own moves, bro. And the sea starts coming from over yonder. We're just gonna fill up now. And you see this big wave, all, Interstellar style, which Interstellar did it better, but you see this big wave coming where all Pharaoh's people like, nah, I ain't gonna stay for this, I'm out of here. They leave. Moses people, he like, man, hey, y'all go back. Yeah, hey, I got this. Me and Pharaoh, we're gonna duke it out right here while the wave's coming, while the water's coming. And I'm like, man, is God gonna intervene and save Moses? No. No. The water swallows Pharaoh and Moses. And Moses, man, he's in the water spinning. Pharaoh's Pharaoh's just standing there like, man, like I made it, that's what's up. So we move on, we move past that, and we get to gray hair Moses, right before he went on to make the commandments. I think he made the commandments first, but little kid God came and told him, you need to write something, man. Your people are wild, you need to write something, man. And he starts, sitting there writing. It wasn't forged or nothing. He just started writing it. And I was like, where is that going? And then they showed Moses, old gray hair Moses, which we should have had way earlier. Like way when he started going back to Pharaoh, we should have had gray hair Moses then. We showed gray hair Moses at the end, saying by the kid God, and the movie goes off, Ridley Scott. And just, bringing it back, I was basically looking at the old Charleston Heston movie. And with the Charleston Heston movie, everything was done perfectly on that as far as just everything, man. The plague was done. He warned Pharaoh like, bro, I'm about to plague your city, man. If you don't believe me, believe God. And the plague started coming. He also started, it was just done better. The parting of the sea was just much better back in that old movie. The tone of the movie, the look of Moses with the robe was just better. The burning bush was better because they had a blue bush in this movie, and it was. Oh my God, man! Even the writing of the Ten Commandments was done much better in God's. It was just God's voice. Yeah, man, everything was just better. Just use a voice. A voice would have got it done, and just even on the old Moses where. The people were down there just gallivanting, doing all kind of crazy stuff with the gold ox they were praying to, whatever it was. Man, you just had more sense of Moses. You need to get these people right. Like they had the same scene in this movie, but it was just Moses looking off the mountain just real quick down, and you seen like some people like dugging or something down there. Like, man, what's going on? They just even showed. They didn't go close up. It was a far shot from the mountain. Somebody dug in and cut back to Moses, and I'm like, man, like where's this? Why even make this movie, man? First, knowing now this, Exodus, Gods and Kings. Don't even know why they called it that. I get it, Exodus, but Gods and Kings, that wasn't even brought up. It's just ignorance, man. The whole movie just makes me fucking angry. Sorry to cuss, I'm sorry. But I paid $5.94, and I went in hungry. That's all I gotta say, man. I need my $4 back. There you go, man. D+, Exodus, Gods and Kings. Next movie to watch is The Hobbit, the last one, man. I'm looking forward to that. The Hobbit is one of my, Peter Jackson can't do no wrong. Even if it sucks, I'm sure it's gonna be good. But Yeah, Exodus, man. You've been warned. Thou shalt not watch Exodus. There you go.